Hello everyone, this is Ahmed GHLY. In today's video, I'm going to talk about pipeline inside GoHighLevel. Three questions I will be covering today. The first one is, what is a pipeline? The second is, why do we need a pipeline inside GoHighLevel? And the third one is how to set up or configure a pipeline inside GoHighLevel. So let's just get started.
The GoHighLevel boy, Ahmed.
Ahmed at the GHL boy.
GHL boy,
I'm Ahmad Rashid.
Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you to the rest of your team.
So first thing first, what is a pipeline? A pipeline is a visualization of your business process. What does that mean is every business has a business process, or you also call it a lead journey, which your lead will have to go through that whole process to become your customer. So that lead journey or that business process is actually called a pipeline inside GoHighLevel that you can actually visually see. And then, so pipeline is composed of pipeline stages. So the pipeline stages are the pinpoints of your lead journey where a lead can stay. So for example, a pipeline with all the stages for an IT company is gonna look like this. Stage one, new lead. Stage two, appointment booked. Stage three, no show. And then automated follow-up. Then payment submitted, and then project in working, and then completed. So like a pipeline is a combination of your pipeline stages. So that's what it means by a pipeline. Now the second question is, why do we need a pipeline inside GoHighLevel? So the benefit of having a pipeline is you can actually visually see how many leads do you have at the different stages of your business process, and it actually helps you to track the whole journey of a lead. And then it helps you to improve your reporting or your KPIs, because you will see how many leads do you have at the no show, so you can see your how to reduce, how you can reduce your no show rate, because most of the your leads are sitting in the no show. So in this way, when you have a visualization of your whole business process, you would be able to see how many leads do you have as a new, how many appointments you have booked, and how many projects are in working at the moment. So you would be able to visually see all the different pinpoints of your leads. Now the third one, which is going to occupy the most part of this video, is how to configure a pipeline. So let's see how we can configure a pipeline inside GoHighLevel. To configure a pipeline, you have to navigate to opportunities in the navigation menu, and then here it's actually going to show you your pipeline, and then on the top you see a pipelines, and then you click on create new pipeline. And you can also create multiple pipelines in one sub account. And then okay, so the first name is the pipeline name. Let's call it maybe sales pipeline or something. Okay, and then we have to identify the stages of our pipeline. So for example, I'm gonna take this as the stage, and then maybe booked or appointment booked, and then no show, and then follow up. So these stages can actually be dynamic based on your business process. After the follow up, maybe proposal sent, and then payment submitted, and then project in working, and then completed. Okay, so we have identified the stages of our pipeline, and then on the below you see visible in funnel chart and visible in pie chart. What these two are, I'm going to show you that in a second. So basically these will, do you want this pipeline to be visible on your dashboard or no? I'm going to show you in a second. So let's just save it. And when you go to dashboard, here you see this is funnel, and then here is the stage distribution. So this is, what does that mean, is visible in funnel chart. That means if you want it to be visible here. And then the second was visible in pie chart, which is this one. So if you see, we have made it visible to both, so it will show up on both of these. So if I go to opportunities and if I go to pipeline, if I edit it and if I disable it for the funnel chart, now it's not going to be visible on the left side portion, and then but it will still be visible in the pie chart. So I'm gonna save it, and now when we go to dashboard, if you see here, funnel is disabled for this pipeline, so you're not able to see the sales pipeline right here, but you would be able to see the stage distribution. Right now there is no data because we don't have any lead in this pipeline, otherwise it would show those leads right here. So this is what it means by visible in funnel chart or visible in pie chart. And then I just noticed that there is a typo in sales. So now if I make it visible, now it's going to show back on the dashboard. So that's how you actually create a pipeline. Now let's just go to the opportunities so that we can visually see how it's going to look like. So if you see here on the top, if you have multiple pipelines, you would be able to see all of those pipelines right here. And this is what I meant by when I say you can visually see your whole business process. So now here, say this is our pipeline with these stages, new lead, booked, and then you can just scroll to the right to see all of your stages. And right now we don't have any lead here, so that's why it's not showing, but I'm going to create a lead real quick. So let's just go to contact. There are a couple of different ways to create an opportunity. So now I'm going to explain as well what it means by an opportunity. So if I scroll down, I go to opportunities. And then when I click on add opportunity, it's going to ask me for rest of the details. But here I'm going to create it in the sale pipeline. And then it's going to ask me what stage do you want it to be. So for example, I want it to be on the new lead. There we go. Now when we go back to opportunities, we should be able to see that lead under the new lead. So here you see this. Okay. So the name of our pipeline is this one, which is sales pipeline. And then these new leads booked, these are the stages of our pipeline. Okay, this is very important. And then, so this card or this lead is known as opportunity inside GoHighLevel. So now there is a like very hard difference between a contact and an opportunity, because this person, GHL boy, this is also a contact, right? So now the difference between opportunity and the contacts is this. Any contact who is or who exists in your pipeline or in your business process will be called as opportunity as well. So for example, if you see, if I go to contacts, at the moment I have two contacts, okay? But this contact is not in my pipeline at the moment. So this will be only considered as contact. But this one, this is a contact, but it also exists in my pipeline. So that's why this is also called contact, as well as this will be considered as an opportunity. So that's why. So any contact that is in your business process or that is in your pipeline is called an opportunity. So this is like the technical terminology, like the technical meaning of this word inside GoHighLevel. So opportunity, any contact which exists in your pipeline is called as an opportunity. And now the general term would be like this contact is an opportunity for you to make it a customer. So this is like the backend thinking to name it as an opportunity. Now let's see what else is there. And on the top right here, you are able to add any opportunity in this pipeline as well. And then, so regarding the pipeline, first you create a pipeline and then you create the stages of the pipeline. Now there is another thing, which is the status of the opportunity. What does that mean is, for example, here is a lead or here is an opportunity and it's under the new lead stage. So if I open it up, here you will see the status. And here we have these four status by default, and you are not able to customize them. Like you are not able to add any other status in this. So these just come with by default from GoHighLevel. So here we have four statuses like open, lost, won, abandon, like which is pretty straightforward. So the open means this lead is still open for you to close. And then the lost means you have lost this lead. Maybe you don't operate in their area, or you don't, you are not basically able to proceed with this lead. So, or for some reason, if the this lead has been lost, then that would be the status of this lead. And then the one, if you have made it a customer, then it will be considered as one. And then abandon means if it's still in the process of becoming a customer for you, so that would be considered as abandon. Now you might get confused between the status and the stage. So the stages are customizable. You are able to add as many stages or rename it or whatever you want based on your business process. But the statuses are not customizable. And then these statuses will affect your reporting. So the reporting data that you will see, for example, your conversion rate, that will actually contains on the calculation of these statuses, which I'm going to show you in a second. So here you are able to update the statuses of this lead. And then even if you click it to drag, for example, and then you are also able to drag it in the different pipeline stage change if you want to change the state for this. But if you see on the bottom, you will see those statuses as well. So on the bottom left, you see lost and then abandoned and then won. Because right now it is open, so that's why it's not showing you that. But if I just drag it to won, now the status of that opportunity has been updated to won. And you might be wondering, where did that lead go? So this is actually by default, there is a filter, like this filter will be applied by default from GoHighLevel, but you are able to change it. So right now there is a filter that says only show the leads with the status of open. So if I just delete this filter, now it's going to show me all the leads. And if you see here, there is a lead which shows up right here. And if I just click on it, it's going to show me the status has been updated to one. And then, for example, if I just drag it again to lost, and then if I just open it up, the status is, I think it was not dragged properly. Maybe let me just try again. So here, and then it's gonna ask you mark as lost, like what is the reason of this lost reason. And then you are also able, there is a filter again, I guess. Okay. So the lead is there. When you open it up, you are able to also update the statuses right from here as well. So you are able to update the status from here instead of dragging. So this is what it means by status. And then there are a couple of the other settings. So let's just look into that real quick. This is just the contact. And then there some information. And then there is the opportunity name, which shows up right here. So if you see right now, it says GHL Boy here. So that's the name of opportunity. And then this is a pipeline, stage, status, and then this is the lead value. So lead value is basically good to see inside the reporting so that you can see how much total revenue you got through this pipeline. So the lead value is actually going to be the value that this lead is going to provide you. For example, if you're selling a product for 150, then you can just mark this opportunity value as 150. And then owner, like who is the assigned owner, to whom this lead should be assigned to. For example, if I select this, that means now Ahmad JDF is the owner of this lead. And then you can also add followers, you know, and then there would be the business name for this lead, and then the opportunity source. You can always update this as well. And then here you can add a tags. And then here you'll see some other settings which you also see inside the contacts. So these are those settings. And then let me see. And then again, this is just kind of sorting if you want to change the order of the sorting. So you can do it from there. So that's how you actually create a pipeline. But at the moment, this pipeline is not linked with the automation. So right, you will be only able to add opportunities into this pipeline manually. But that's not actually the main purpose of using GoHighLevel, because like GoHighLevel is the main purpose of GoHighLevel is to make your whole business on autopilot. So I will just give you a little example of how to create the automation for this pipeline. So let's just go to automation and let's just create a workflow very quick. So I'm gonna create a workflow, start from scratch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create an automation, which is, for example, if I say as soon as the appointment gets booked, so this would be the trigger, and then here I'm gonna apply appointment status is confirmed. And then if I want to select a calendar, I would be able to select the calendar as well. Let's see. If I just want to put this one, personal meeting calendar for GHL. So the trigger is anytime an appointments get booked and the status of that appointment is confirmed on this calendar, this workflow is going to trigger. And what we are going to do as an action, we are going to create or update opportunity. So let me show you that as well. So inside the actions, you will see these two actions like create or update opportunity or remove the opportunity. So in our case, we are going to create opportunity. So let's create opportunity in the sales pipeline. And then on what stage you want this opportunity to get created. I selected this one, and then the opportunity name, I want it to be automatically the name of contact, and then the opportunity source, I want to make it as contact source. So whatever the source of contact, that will be auto populated on as the opportunity source, and then the lead value, I can leave it blank as well. But if you want to put any lead value, you can put that as well. And then let's make it, let's say 100. And then the status, what status, for example, I want to make it open. And then here we have these two toggles. The first is allow opportunity to move to any previous stage in this pipeline. So if you have not turned this on, and right now we are creating an automation to update the lead to the booked stage. But if I have not turned this on and the lead is in any of the next step, for example, if the lead is sitting on the follow and he scheduled appointment, he will not be going to the previous state because we have not turned this on. So allow opportunity to move to any previous stage. So I will have to turn it this on, and then allow duplicate opportunities in case you want this opportunity to be created, not updated, then you will turn this on. But that's not kind of recommended. But again, it's just based on your business requirement. So now what's going to happen is anytime appointment get booked, the lead will automatically come on this stage. So if I just booked opportunity, okay, I'm going to publish this workflow and save this. And now if I go back and if I go to contacts, and I'm going to schedule an appointment for this contact, and then let's see what happens. So I will go to appointment and click here to create one. I just need to make sure that I select the correct calendar, which will be personal meeting, because this is what we filtered inside the workflow. And then appointment title, I'm gonna leave it everything as it is. Okay, let's see. Booked. So the status is by default confirmed. So the appointment has been booked. Now, when we go to opportunities, see, this lead is showing up there. And now if you see here, if I open it up, the name of the opportunity is same as the contact name. And then everything, the status is what we selected inside the workflow. Then the lead value is there. The honor has been the same as the honor of the contact. And then the opportunity source, it says undefined, because if we open it up, so the opportunity source has to be the source of the contact. So if you see the source of the contact is nothing, so that's why it says undefined. That means there was no source for that contact. So this is how you actually create the automation for the pipeline. And then the second scenario for the automation, so in this way you can create all the automations. For example, for new lead, if you have a form and as soon as that form gets submitted, you want the opportunity to be created, then in that case your workflow would be the trigger is going to be form submitted, the action is going to be create opportunity. The same thing that we did here. Now the second type of automation would be what I want, for example, in my case, if an appointments get no show, now I want that lead to receive the reschedule campaign, correct? So in that case, what I would like to do here is, like in my actual scenario, a lead had a call with me, but he didn't show up. Now I will come to my Go High Level. I would like to drag it to this stage, and then I want the reschedule emails and SMS to be sent out to this client. So in this scenario, my trigger is as soon as I update the pipeline, and my action would be send out email or SMS. So let's see how we can create this second type of automation. So the first automation was, if a lead has taken an action, for example, they have scheduled an appointment, and we want the opportunity to be updated in that state automatically. So we created a workflow for that. But in the second scenario, what we want is, we are going to update the stage of the pipeline, and then we want to trigger any automation. So in this case, my trigger is going to be, if I look for pipeline state changed, I'm going to add a filter, select here in pipeline, sales pipeline, in pipeline stage. So for example, no show. So now what does this mean is, this workflow is going to be triggered as soon as this happens. And this is as soon as the pipeline stage has been updated to no show, then this workflow is going to be triggered, and then you can, you know, create your next workflow, like send SMS. You can put your rescheduler link, and then from here you can actually go ahead and start creating the whole combination of SMS and emails. So this was the second scenario. In this case, we are manually updating the pipeline stage, and then on the backend, we want to trigger some automation. So this is like, mainly you will have these two types of automation that you will need in order to link the pipeline with the automations. And then let me show you what other actions do we have related to the pipelines. And if we go here, and not the actions, I actually want to show you here. Okay, so for the pipeline, we have only pipeline state change. But if we look for opportunity, so here is the trigger, opportunity status changed. Again, the statuses are the different than the stages. The statuses are open, lost, won, abandoned. So this trigger will work whenever you update the status of a lead, maybe from open to won. And then if you want to trigger any automation, you will use this trigger. And then this one is opportunity created, that if you want to trigger any automation, whenever an opportunity gets created, you will use this. Then this one is opportunity changed. That means, so basically opportunity change and the pipeline state changed are somehow similar as well. And then the stale opportunity means, for example, if I create this workflow, let's say, if I say in pipeline, sales pipeline, and I add a filter, let's say pipeline stage, no show, and then duration in days. So this is like the extra filter that you see in the stale opportunity. That means, and if I just type here, let's say 10. Now this workflow will trigger when any lead will stay in this stage for the 10 days, this workflow is going to be started. So for example, in my scenario, what I want, if any lead has been stayed in the no-show stage for the next 10 days, then what I want is, I would like to just remove that opportunity from my pipeline, just to make my pipeline cleaner. So I will just make this, where is remove opportunity? Here it is, remove opportunity from this pipeline. So now what's going to happen is, specifically for this trigger, anytime a lead will stay or an opportunity will stay in a no-show stage for the 10 days, it's going to be removed from that pipeline. So these are the couple of the triggers and automations that you can use in order to link your pipeline with the automations. So this was the whole concept of pipeline inside GoHighLevel. First, we covered what is a pipeline, which is a visualization of your business process. The second is, why do we need you need it in terms of seeing the reporting to see how many leads do you have in different stages. And then the third one was how to configure a pipeline. The important things regarding the pipeline is a pipeline is a combination of different stages that you have in your business process. And then you can also link it with the automation to be created or updated based on your different triggers. So I hope you will like this video. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get all the new updates from me. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
The Go High Level boy, Ahmad.
Ahmed at the GHL boy.
GHL boy, Ahmad.
Ahmad Rashid.
Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you to the rest of your team.